Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Wheatland, Missouri for the Lucas Oil Speedway Double here in the Special Stage Pro Trucks Series. I'm James Watson, joined as always with my broadcast partners Zach Amsbacher and Rob Campbell. Well, Zach, we were talking about it before we went live, how much fun and intensive this track is, and the show we're gonna see from everyone tonight.
I freaking love driving this place, man. It's super intense, like you mentioned. You know, a lot of these tracks, I'm really jealous. Wish I was still back on the track, but tonight, you know, maybe 3/4 of the track, I wish I was out there, but that whoop section is terrifying. I'll be happy to be up here with you, and we can watch these guys struggle to make it through there, because it's going to be absolutely crazy tonight.
Absolutely, that whoop section is not for the faint of heart.
You know, it's not even the whoop section itself's terrible. Then, you know, honestly, the whole section after that's not really forgiving either. So even if you make it through there, you're still not done with it yet. The whole rest of the second half of the track is really tough. Right here, as we see, this truck's not even going to make the corner very good. That's not going to be the fast way around, I can promise you that.
Yeah, unfortunately, you saw Mark Brister on the struggle bus trying to get through the double hairpin section here in the final sector of the track. Right now
we expect him to be a good top 5 qualifying time. He had some really good pace in practice, and he's always pretty good and strong when we come to Lucas Oil Speedway.
Absolutely, Ant was one of the fastest trucks here last season here at Wheatland.
Got a cool little paint scheme out there too.
Absolutely, I love the SCP. So we're taking a look at the driver's points right here. Your point leader is Tom Hemius at a cool 800 points, with Sean Winkler, Joey Kirk rounding out the top 3, Jake Wilshire and Joey Herbie the top 5, and then Ray Boudwin, Justin Pierce, Richard Watkins, Adam Boyslard, and Sibrin Stool rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, good thing Tom's got a little bit of a points cushion tonight. We know he's not on his home rig tonight, so we'll see what kind of lap times he can put in. He's on a pretty low budget setup here. Logitech D923, pretty much in a kitchen, looks like, with a TV monitor. So we'll see how he does here.
Yeah, for those around in 2020 watching the NASCAR Pro Invitational, that's what we call the Timmy Hill special right there. Logitech
I remember that. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's and for anybody who doesn't know, you know, when you drive on a different rig, let alone something quite drastically different than what you're used to, like that one, it's like driving a whole different car. It's not very natural at all.
No, it's not. Right now, your pole sitter so far is the 039 of Chase Spalding, putting in an 18.048. New quick time, Tom Bohemius with a 1:15.165. What a lap from Tom.
He's not even real. This guy's an alien. That's a crazy lap time regardless right there, James.
Yeah, you can say that again. And that's basically
is that on the screen there? Oh, we're actually up on the screen. Awesome. Good job there, Rob.
Yep, that is what Tom is having to deal with right now, and he just went 3/10 quicker than the reigning Pro Trucks champion, Sean Winkler. How about that?
Again, those not familiar with this, with this style of racing, this discipline here, I can tell you, 15 once faster than the majority of the dirt short course community's going in a Pro 2 with, 3 times the horsepower. That's a really good lap time.
Yeah, but how about Richard Watkins? Like, less than a thousandth behind, or I'd say 100th behind Sean Winkler. Math isn't my strong suit.
It's all right. Now, like you said, 100th off of Sean Winkler. Sean Winkler's one of the top guys in his top 10 in the discipline here. Top 10 in the world, really, for the dirt road license. Nearly 9,500 I rating. And Richard Watkins, didn't see him around for a while, so good to have him back and putting right up there in the top 3 with Tom Monhemis and Sean Winkler. So a great lap from Richard Watkins leading the WTF camp.
Absolutely. And then you have to go about a half second all the way down to P4 with Jake Wilshire.
Yeah, if you look back to P10, you're almost going a whole second back to the 117s for Raybo to win there.
Yeah, that's simultaneously a big gap, but also ridiculously close. But it's time to take a look at the starting grid for tonight's Pennzoil Grand Prix here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Front row, Tom Hemius with Sean Winkler to his outside. The 343 of Richard Watkins on the 95 of Jake Wilshire of row 2. Row 3, the 13 of Ant Mayperson and the 37 of Joey Kirk. 53 of Joey Herbie and the 098 of Matt Lass. Row 4, 254 of Alex Leginese and the 586 of Ray Buduin round out the top 10 and take away for the next 10, Zach.
Joel Rich in P11, Justin Gunningham starting P12. There's Seth Owens P13. Then you got Chase Spalding to his outside. Sebern Stoll, I think, are one of our camera cars tonight, starting there in P15. Andrew Watkins in our WTF truck in the P16 spot. Our league admin Matt Schlosser P17. Mark Brister P18. Patrick Wilson P19. And Stephen Barnett P20.
And rounding out the field is the 015 of Joseph Piscucci next to the 106 of Milan Lakovic, 79 of Alex Good, and the 175 of Jack Diddick off row 12. And rounding out the field is the 20 of Corey Kroll and the 330 of James Vinning. Here we go. It's time. The lights are on. And the trucks are off. We're underway at Wheatland.
Great start up front for the front 2 guys, Sean Winkler, Tom Monhemis.
So far, so good here.
A little bit of door action from Matt Bieberson and Jake Wilshire. Nothing too crazy. Oh, got me a little bit of bottleneck there.
Yeah, we got one truck almost going around, caused a huge stack of 73. Seth Owens almost got turned around. Whoa, we're 3 wide. Oh boy, this ain't gonna work. Oh, they're bumping over the jump.
Yeah, I think they got it cleaned up.
Over the first tabletop, make it over clean. Oh, what a move by Kirk. Nobody's going to slide out. You said it. Great crossover.
Love the crossover, James. That was awesome to see that. Good clean racing.
Absolutely. Jake set that up perfectly. Oh, no, big sideways for Kirk. Oh, and he's going around right in front of the field. Oh, so far. No big calamity. Everyone able to avoid the 37, but my goodness, look at that. Cyprian Stool just getting used up, getting put 3 wide. Oh, we're 3 wide at the corner. Oh my goodness, somehow that worked even though it really didn't.
Wow, I mean, as much action as we had, that could have been a lot worse. Only one truck faced the wrong way, I'll take that.
No kidding, but that is heartbreaking for Joey Kirk. A great qualifying effort. Tried to string together the good finishes built off of a great week last week, and right now he is almost dead last here in 22nd.
Yeah, we'll get a replay action, see what happened to Joey Kirk. Looks like he kind of, Richard Watkins is going to get him just a little off.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Can't do that. It's how tough these whoops are. It's hard to make it through there by yourself, and you have a little bit of contact, and you get that truck loaded yawed out too much. It doesn't take much, and you're just going to spin right out. It's so tough.
Yeah, and you saw Alex Good there hit the beginning of that wall. And I think Good had to tow because of that. I think Patrick Wilson also might have towed as well.
Tom got a little squirrely there going into the turn.
And then you see Joseph
Oh.
Vescucci got to the outside of that wall and had to turn around. And oh, we got more trucks almost going around. Oh, big contact. Chase Spalding into Stool. Oh, we got another truck facing the wrong way. Oh, and another one cut the corner. You see Matt Last with issues. My goodness.
Oh,
Oh,
again, could have been
Lord
worse, but
almighty.
this is intense
Boy.
back here going to the whoop section.
Yeah, and we just need to keep a camera just permanently transfixed to the back-to-back hairpin section. Just everything happened there, as you see. That's what happened to Matt Last. Just kind of lost it trying to check it up for that one truck. Just ended up going around. Problems for Sean Winkler. He came over the radio and said something. I couldn't quite make it out, but is that a tow? It's a tow. Oh my goodness.
He's not driving the truck. That's
oh wow.
Is he gonna flip the tire in turn one?
I think it might have happened before.
Oh, he hit the wall and he broke the right front.
Yeah, I think that might have happened coming out of the corner, because you could see that truck wasn't quite happy, like all the way towards the beginning of that straightaway. But wow, dare I go full Rick Allen, but championship implications.
Tom Monhemus must have a mistake, because Jake Wilshire had
what in the world has happened?
This is crazy tonight.
Oh, we got more trucks around after the whoop section. Milan Lakovich around. We got a parking lot right here. Matt Slosser. Oh, good God. We don't have enough cameras and eyeballs to know what's going on at this point. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and more chaos in the double hairpin section. Oh, the 151 is having a time right now. Holy crackers.
That was a used truck parking lot there for a second. Zero down, bring what you got. We finance in-house.
My voice is cracking more than what it did when I went through puberty. It shows you how crazy this race is right now. Oh my goodness!
On that one, because I didn't have words to describe what we're seeing there. It's just so much, just everywhere you look, there's action right now. I mean, we still don't know what happened to Tom Monhemus. Somehow he lost the lead. Jake Wilshire and Ann Peterson, we know, are pretty quick. They're up here battling for P1.
I don't think you can call what I said words either. I think it was just unintelligible screaming for the most part. Oh, as you see, Wilshire had issues with the end of the whoop section, and he slid wide. Ooh. Meanwhile, there's the replay. Monhemus almost going around. Oh, and that's what allowed Wilshire and Meeperson to get to the lead. But you saw Wilshire drop down to P3 as now Ant Meeperson is leading.
And as bad as I look for what happened to Monhemus and Wilshire, that could have been worse for both of them. They know it.
Absolutely.
We'll see. Meeperson's got the pace to really kind of hold this lead if he wants. He's been really flashing some pace at Grandin lately and here at Lucas Oil, but we know how quick Tom Monhemus is, but he's not at home on his normal rig. So we'll see if he can find that extra little bit of pace to get up here and battle Ant, but I don't know. I think Ant Meeperson, if he doesn't make any mistakes, he's going to hold on here.
Yeah, Ant was very quick here last season, was keeping Sean Winkler honest until an unfortunate mistake at the end of the whoop section ended up leading to a lot of calamity. But the 13 knows how to get around this Wheatland course, and 9 minutes away from bringing home a
whoop section.
Yeah,
makes me nervous watching it. Oh, a little wide for Matt Meeperson. Tom Monhemus is going to gain a little bit of time here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that actually worked out better for Meeperson, because you saw Ant was able to get a straighter shot off of the corner, was able to get on the power quicker, was able to give him a little bit more of a gap there.
We'll see. Ant Meeperson looks like he was a little too wide there in entry. Yeah, it might be working out for him. We'll have to see how it shakes out here, but the gap looked to decrease just a little bit.
Meanwhile, the 151 to Stephen Barnett almost found that wall going into the whoop section. That 151, that truck has seen things.
It's missing some things too, James. It's missing a lot of things. It has the hood, both your fenders are gone.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, well, save
he
from
don't
that
stop
last
it.
the Joseph Vescucci.
Oh, that's our favorite Tonka truck.
Oh boy, howdy.
Yeah, I don't don't think Stephen Barnett can say he had any obstructions. He's missing half the body panels. I think he knew where he was going there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on board with our benevolent overlord.
I'd tell you, match loss. Look at that truck. I mean, he's got a little bit of damage there, but compared to some of these other trucks, you know, he always keeps it clean out there. I don't know how he does it so much.
Absolutely, especially when he even found himself facing the wrong way there after the whoop section.
I forgot about that, but I'm telling you, man, that guy always keeps the truck clean. See, Siebert Stoll, and who is that? They're having a heck of a battle there.
Justin Cunningham.
Justin Cunningham. Oh,
here comes
there's a
Cade
630.
Spalding. Oh, we're 3 wide for a second. Oh boy, here's Spalding to the inside of Cunningham, trying to get the last spot in the top 10, and he's got it for now.
Couldn't quite clear him though. I'm sure he wanted to pull up and take the lane away, but they're going to be side by side going into turn 1.
And Justin might have the preferred line here, and he's gonna clear him.
Yeah, just drives around the outside. What a good job from Justin Cunningham. Tom Monheim right there on the back of Ant Everson. No surprise, but we'll see. As long as Ant Everson doesn't make a mistake, Tom's going to really have to work hard to make this pass. But any little bit of a mistake, Tom is right there for the taking.
Absolutely, as they have walked away from Jake Wilshire. 3.5 seconds, give or take.
You have to think Jake maybe made a little bit of a mistake because Jake's pretty quick here too, but it's just so easy to make those little mistakes here and lose that time. Oh, Tom gets a little tight there in the center corner. It's going to give Ant Everson a little bit of an advantage, get the pull away a little bit.
Oh, meanwhile, the Spalding Cunningham full battle, yeah.
Oh man, is there going to be another crossover up here? We'll see what happens this time.
Cunningham wanting to go for the slide job, couldn't pull off. It's going to cost him a whole heck of a lot of momentum, and that's going to allow Stool by. Cunningham back into P11.
Chase especially when you have a three-way battle there, you know, you want to try and set up for that exit like Cunningham was doing, but Siebert Stoll was right there, and he wasn't going to give up that chance to take that inside, take the spot.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, battle between Brister and Slosser. Slosser, some nice lines through the corners, and that's going to allow him to get the pass done easily on Brister. Good work.
Tom's gonna have a little better entry here.
Yeah, they might be side by side going over the jump. Oh, big contact! Oh, that's gonna knock Tom off his line.
Oh, great job for both guys there to keep it rolling.
Absolutely, Tom trying to keep the nose to the inside. He's keeping it to the inside. Can Ant hold the speed off of the corner?
Great exit from Tom Monheim inside, dead even going into turn 1 here.
Person's gonna need the corner of his life to keep to the outside. Oh, he sure does. They're still gonna be side by side. Almost
barely gonna keep the inside for the next corner. That was awesome.
Yeah, Ant couldn't clear. Can Person hold the momentum from the banking side by side down the back straightaway?
Yep, he does it. Ant Everson sticks there just enough, side by side, going to the next turn.
It's going to be tough for Mahemius on the inside. Gets a little bit of the curb. Oh, but in contact with Person. And that's going to allow him to get the spot done.
You know, I love these guys being side by side, but I did not want to see him go side by side to the whoops. That is terrifying.
Absolutely. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Oh. Woo! That was nerve-wracking.
Yep. Ant Everson, listen to driver chat, he's letting him know about that. He was gone for about 5 seconds there. So not only is he not on his home rig, he's also not on his home connection. So a little bit of a connection issue, but he's back in there rolling. Thank God that didn't happen when they were side by side. How about it, James?
No kidding. As these three have really not gotten away from each other at all. I'm sure they've probably had enough of racing amongst themselves. You see, Joey
Kirk figured out because Joey Kirk and Vlad Lakovic here catching up. We know both those guys are fast. We have to think Lakovic had a bad qualifying effort because he was starting P22. We're used to seeing him up towards the front more. And Joey Kirk, tons of pace here the last couple weeks.
Yeah, Joey Kirk, the hoodless horseman here, trying to make his way back up the field.
He definitely had the pace. We had to think that truck's definitely a lot slower than what it was. He's got quite a bit of damage there.
You see Hemius has absolutely started to gap out me person.
Almost cursed a little bit there. He lost about half that gap right there.
Yeah, it was a great whoop section for me person.
Yeah, it looks like Tom just over-rotated, kind of got that thing stalled out. You know, I hate to keep talking about it, but when you're not on your home rig, you know, just those little things, you don't have quite the feel there. He just over-rotated the truck, and then, you know, you just kind of stalled out. With these Pro 2 lights, you need to keep that momentum rolling. It doesn't take much, and you lose a ton of speed mid-corner.
Absolutely. Momentum-based vehicle.
Well,
Right now,
look at the track wear right now, James. You know it's getting tight out there on the inside of turn 1, turn 2 here.
Oh yeah, this track isn't demolished, but it's definitely used up. We're not quite glue-proof yet, but there's a heck of a lot of rubber put down right now.
Yeah, and in true dirt fashion, we saw speeds, you know, getting faster, and now they're actually starting to slow down quite a bit with those, you know, the grooves basically worn away on the inside of a lot of these corners.
Yeah, in fact, you almost saw some white puffs of smoke as they were going over the rubbered in section.
Yep.
Hemius wide once again in that corner, almost allowed me person the potentially a good set of corners here for Amp, but still not enough to get back alongside 007.
Let's not forget, you know, hats off to both these guys. They put on a heck of a battle there for about half a lap, side by side. You know, just nice, clean action like we always see here at Special Stage. So, you know, hats off to these guys. And hopefully Ann can get right back up there one more time and give it a shot.
Absolutely. As I believe we are, white flag, 1 lap to go here from Wheatland.
You're riding on board with Ant Meeperson for a second, but it looks like Tom's starting to pull away now. He needs to just keep a clean lap here, and it might be his.
Up to a second advantage for Mahemius.
This track's tough, though. You know, you think with that second gap, he needs to back the pace up, but you really can't going through this whoop section. You got to just freaking, you know, hit it wide open and hope you make it out the other side.
And so far, perfectly through for both trucks.
Yeah, both guys did an amazing job that lap.
Go the last gas for me person, not anywhere close enough. Coming into the final corner, James Bond will once again reign supreme. The Pennzoil Nationals will go to Tom Mahemius.
A great run from Ant Meeperson. Just barely a second behind there. Awesome run for the 13th. Oh no, Steven Solo, Joey Kirk,
oh my God!
Poor Joey Kirk, he's had a terrible race here.
Oh wow, what a flip! It lands on this. Oh, Milan Lakovic, contact with Stool. Oh, here comes Sibrin trying to give it back. Not quite close enough.
Man, that was like a scene out of a movie there with, you know, Joey Kirk just absolutely, you know, flipping out of control off the front end of Sebring Stoll's truck.
Oh, we gotta see a replay of that. That was wild. As we see, here's Schlosser.
I think he's a couple laps down, but good to see him back out there, at least having some fun.
7 to be exact.
Oh, that's rough. Gonna take the you know, provisional spot there for Richard Watkins, or whatever you want to call it. He wasn't quite battling for it. Richard Watkins gonna finish P14, Matt Schlosser in P15 there.
Here we go. What happens to the 37? Let's see, oh, yep, Stool loses it. Oh, he lands on top of Stool.
That's the worst. They weren't even battling that. You know, Joey's seen it, but that's the hard part with the flips for anybody at home that hasn't driven this track. You got to stay wide open there. Kirk cannot back off of it. He's got to stay on that thing and ride the wave, basically. And Seabirds told us happened to be there sideways.
Absolutely, and oftentimes you really can't even see what's going on in front of you when you're going over the whoop sections. You're almost blind and just praying for the best, and that time the best did not happen there for Joey Kirk, but boy howdy was that fun to watch.
Holy crap, are you kidding me? That was awesome. That was a great job from all these drivers. We did see a lot of carnage, but, you know, as always, kept it clean out there. Seen some good battles, and we've seen some crazy stuff like you're seeing on this replay here. That's insane.
Oh, man. You can almost put classical music to the background. See another replay earlier. Joseph Vescucci. That it does.
Good looking truck. A lot of good looking trucks out here.
Amen. Even after they had all their body panels ripped off. Well, here we are, the final results of the first race tonight, the Pennzoil Nationals. Your race winner, Tom Hemius from Ant Person and Jake Wilshire, top 3, with the 343 of Richard Watkins finishing 4th, Joey Herbie bringing it home in 5th, Joel Ulrich, Ray Boudwin, Seth Owens, Justin Cunningham, and Chase Spalding rounding out the top 10. Lon Lokovich, Sibrin Stuhl, Joey Kirk, Andrew Watkins, and Matt Slosser, the top 15. Matt Last, Corey Kroll, Alex Good, Mark Brister, and Jack Diddick, the top 20. And then Alex Leginese, Stephen Barnett, Sean Winkler, Joseph Vescucci, Patrick Wilson, and James Vinning rounding out the field. Well, I believe that is going to do it for the moment. We're going to go ahead and take ourselves a little bit of a break, and we'll be back. The Castrol 900 from the Lucas Oil Speedway Dirt Oval. See you soon.
There might be some rain coming through. expect rain soon. Rain is close. The session has been declared wet. No sign of this rain stopping. Rain is clearing up. Rain should be gone for now. Nothing but sunshine all day.
Okay, special stage fans, we've hopped across the road to the oval. We're going to do a little racing before we get back to James and Zach in the booth. So give a little shout out here to our channel sponsors for this evening. First up is going to be the track cams for gourmets, trackcams22.com, providing all of our in-car and out-of-car camera action mimicking the likes of IMSA, NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula One, WEC, depending which track it's at. So enjoying all that action here this evening. You want to find out more about them, trackcams22.com. And then we have Apex Sim Racing Shop. You find yourself 5% discount code in the description of the video. Use that along with the referral link. Yourself 5% off anything they sell in shop from brands like SimMagic, SimiQ, Moza. Even sell chassis and PC systems. Get you out on track racing with the rest of these special stage drivers. So for that, we'll send things back up into the booth with Zach and James.
Thank you there, Rob. And yes, we are at the Speedway as, oh boy,
Okay.
that's...
You can't park there. That's
oh my, the 30,
No, it's
the
not gonna start. There we go.
333 did a
That clean
kickflip
itself.
there.
Yeah, that's. I was about to make the comment, James, that hopefully we'll be able to breathe a little bit more in this one. Had to think it's going to be a little less intense than the short course right across the street, but after seeing that, maybe not. We'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah, I don't think so. This is our first dirt oval round of the season, and it's already off to one wild start here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of line Stephen Barnett was trying going through the grass there. I don't think you can do that. You have to stay above the white tires on the dirt.
And I think this is going to put on an interesting race because, we saw a fantastic battle last season at Lima Land. And Lima Land is smaller and kind of feels like a lot more narrow of a track. I believe that it's pretty wide in the corners, but what's really usable and viable at times just feels kind of narrow, where this track, it's a little wider. The lines are a bit wider, so you can have more of the track to play with and try to get working. And so seeing who's going to make what line work is going to be really fascinating, especially as the track wears in.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have to think with our, we have 27 trucks, 28 trucks on track here tonight, and we have to think that even if it is a little, one lane dominant, maybe around the bottom, it'll wear in, and we will see some multi-groove race, or at least see the line move throughout the night. As that, we can't park there either, so good thing he got that thing off the track before we saw another big pile up.
Yeah, you saw the 5 truck just kind of almost looked like it made a beeline for the 68 there.
Yep. Speaking of Stephen Barnett earlier, he's up here. He's our leaderboard top truck right now for practice times. Joey Kirk in second. No surprise there. Joey Kirk's been showing a ton of pace this season. He's always been a pretty quick driver, but particularly this season, Joey Kirk's really, put in the work. And last week at Daytona, and unfortunately got wrecked out there at Lucas Oil, but he was up in the top 5 before that, and right now P2 in the practice boards.
Absolutely. Now we are just about ready to get started for qualifying.
So league admin Matt Schlosser is P3 there in practice as well.
Yeah, that's the fun about the dirt oval rounds is it does tend to shake up the grid. Obviously those at the top are still going to be at the top, but it brings a few others a little bit closer to the front.
Yeah, Matt Schlosser is one of those multi-talented drivers. He likes the ovals, he likes sports car stuff, he likes the dirt tracks, and he likes it all, man. And he likes when the track wears out too. He'll tell you that. So even look for later in this race. He's got the pace now, but as this track wears out, during our feature event, he might be able to make something happen that other guys can't quite figure out. P1 so far for Matt Schlosser.
See Seth Owens going around that, not going to help his qualification efforts. See Joey Kirk sitting in second.
Our favorite top truck out here.
Yes, sir.
Matt Schlosser holding on to the top spot so far, almost a 10th out front by himself. So we'll see if this hangs on. We got most of our drivers have turned in a lap, and remember, you only get 1 lap here qualifying, so you got to make it count. And Matt Schlosser, he certainly did.
Yeah, only 3 have yet to qualify here.
Yeah, great lap from our league admin.
Now only 1 yet to qualify. Joel Ulrich is the last one to put in a lap. Here we go, coming to the flag. The 860 is going to put up.
Like P20?
P20, you are correct. So, yep, our benevolent overlord is going to bring home the pole.
Awesome job, Matt. I don't know if I've ever seen Matt get a pole in his own league here, so this might be his first one. Hopefully we get to interview him after the race if he gets a good finish, and we can ask him about that, but great job from him.
I think I've seen him get the pole maybe once or twice. I feel like he's done that in the Indy cars, but I can't officially remember off the top of my head.
Well, maybe in the GT4 cars as well. He's pretty fast over there, but no, he's a solid. He's always seemed like he was P2, P3. Didn't get to that P1 spot, just like myself. Struggle to get to that P1 spot a lot of times.
You and me both.
Matt last get some extra practice out here. I like that. You might as well use it up. You got 2 minutes. Doesn't count for nothing, but get some practice.
Yeah, it's interesting though. It's gonna even more wear in this racing surface that's already pretty well torn up as we speak.
Maybe these guys did some practice and they know they're faster in the worn out surface. They're out there just digging in. They want to get that thing freaking wore out, blue grooved all the way around there.
And that might help promote better racing. There might be more speed up in those higher lines, so we won't see everyone just kind of hugging the earth mover tires there like we saw at Lima Land last season.
Yeah, typically that, the worn out surface is kind of in the middle almost. So I'm one of those guys. I'll try to cling to the, the earth moving tires you were talking about there, and I'll try to get those left side tires down where it's not completely wore out. And the other guys might move up, and yeah, you might get that awesome 2 wide racing.
Yeah, it's better for me if I stay away from the earth mover tires. I'm not going to expand on that any further.
A little bit left front damage, maybe.
Yeah, and left rear damage, and sometimes right front damage.
I think we've all been there before, and anybody's lying if they say they haven't. Sean Winkler's still out there getting some practice. This guy, even though he's one of our fastest drivers out here, he's not afraid to put in the work and practice and try to always make improvements.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick look at the upcoming schedule next week. The figure 8 round, Irwindale figure 8 jump. Oh, baby, that's going to be fun. And then after that, Charlotte Rallycross course. Oh, that's going to be... The figure 8 races never fail to put on a show here at Special Stage.
Hey, you talk about shaking up the grid on a dirt oval. Imagine the figure 8 that really shakes up the grid, who we might see up front. You never know.
Yeah, you think I'm shrieking now? Just wait till everyone crashing through the intersection.
That's going to be intense.
Yeah, it is. Now it's time to go to our starting grid. The front row, the 400 of Matt Slosser next to the 37 of Joey Kirk, the 73 of Seth Owens, and the 95 of Jake Wilshire on row 2. Row 3 features the championship leader 007 of Tom Mahemius and the 13 of Ant Meeperson. Row 4 has the 720 of Sean Winkler and the 68 of Sebring Stool. 15 of Stephen Barnett and the 175 of Jack Diddick round out the top 10. And take it away, Zach.
Got Alex Leginesse in P11, Ray Beaudoin there, our top ascension racing truck in P12, Richard Watkins P13, Joey Herbie P14, Patrick Wilson P15, Mladen Lakovic P16, a little better qualifying effort out of him than he did over at the other side of the roadway. Andrew Watkins P17, Mark Brister P18, Justin Cunningham P19, and Joel Ulrich P20.
And then we have the 330 of James Vinning next to the 20 of Corey Kroll on row 11. Row 12 features the 039 of Chase Spalding and the 5 of Tanner Simonis. The 79 of Alex Good and the 015 of Joseph Scucci, row 13. And rounding out the field is the 098 of Matt Lass. You see everyone doing pace laps. Of course, we are unable to do standing starts at any oval, which is a massive disappointment, but I think we're going to be able to make do.
Could help get the field stretched out just a little bit. Maybe not as much carnage in turn 1 or as early on as we normally might have, but if we were able to do a standing start, Matt Schlosser would have it. He loves standing starts here.
Absolutely. As the pace truck makes the hard right-hand turn on to pit road, Matt Slosser will lead us to the green flag. Green means go, and we are underway at Wheatland.
Joey Kirk got a good jump there.
That
great
he
start for
did.
P2.
Oh, and you see Slosser kind of slides up, not able to get in the rotation he needs. That's going to allow Kirk to carry the speed off of the high
Tom
side.
Bohemian's all the way up to P3. How did he do that? He started P5.
No kidding, as we're 3 wide here for third. Winkler looking. Oh, we got a Meeperson hard to the outside wall, and that's going to cause a huge snag up.
Richard Watkins
oh, no,
going backwards.
343. Oh,
He got her
boy.
straightened back out. Looks like Richard got it rolling there. Great job from Richard Watkins. That could have been a lot worse. Hate to see that. A lot of trucks get bottlenecked up there.
I have no idea how that didn't turn out to be worse. As you see Slosser hanging on, holding off Joey Kirk.
Yeah, I mean, we had some
oh,
action
big
back
sideways from Tom. Oh, he almost got the earth mover tire. Sorry to cut you off there, Zach.
No, great battle up here. It's hard to, pick where you want to watch for. 2x2x2 all the way through the first couple rows. Matt Schlosser finally breaks away and clears for, P1 all by himself, but, from there back, side by side.
You see Kirk is not able to clear Mahemi as Tom has given him all he can handle, trying to get up into that second position.
Good to see we already have that multi-groove racing. Tom Monhemus making some steam down low. You see Joey Kirk and Matt Schlosser running a little bit higher, so we already kind of seen that. I had to think that's only going to get better throughout the night.
Yeah, Seth Owens, he's running the highest that we've seen, way out of that used up line. So far seems to be making it work.
Oh, Matt Schlosser pulling a gap out of these guys already.
Yeah, the battle between these two is really helping him out as Mahemi is going to pull a little bit of a slide job, and that's going to get him P2.
I think he had to with that, with them battling, like you mentioned, it's just slowing them up. They need, both those guys need the whole racetrack to try and contend with Matt Schlosser. He's still pulling away.
Yeah, and Kirk is not giving it up. Almost shoving Mahemi into the corner, and that's going to put Tom a little bit wide, but Kirk just kicked out on him. That's going to kill his run. He had that inside. So now he has to set all that back up once again, but he still might be a little faster than 007 here. This Mahemius is not pulling away from him at all. Here he goes. He's got the nose to the inside. Oh, Mahemius big sideways off of the corner, and here comes Kirk.
Yeah, I think Tom he should have stayed to the bottom there. I wasn't sure which groove was faster, but when Tom moved up, Joey Kirk stayed low and got right back to him. Now we see Tom clearing back. It's hard to tell which line's actually faster, James.
Yeah, you saw Kirk, it kind of gripped up on him, middle of the corner. You saw him have to correct it. That just killed all of his momentum. It's hard because the truck always seems like it wants to grip up when you least expect it. Like, you got the slide going, you think you're all right, and then all of a sudden it kind of grips and then kind of shoves you up, and then you got to kind of counter steer and then rip it back down to the direction you want to go. As Jack Diddick issues, oh boy, whoa, big send from Ulrich. Oh, knocks him way up the track.
Well, Lochovic's going to pay the price for all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, Richard Watkins spins out again.
Oh, we're 3 wide here, almost 4 wide. Oh, oh, we're still 3.
Oh, Tom Monhemus hit the tire or something. He's broken.
Man. Look at all the track position lost for our championship leader.
What happened here? He must hit the tire. He had to.
He's...
Oh, it just over-rotated it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm surprised that contact knocked him around like that. Didn't seem like it was going to be much, but it just...
We saw him have connection issues in our previous race. You had to think that has definitely... Oh, let's look at this angle.
Oh, he did hit the tire. He did hit the tire.
Rear, but still reacted kind of violently, though, I would think. But yeah, he definitely hit the tire to left rear.
That makes sense, though, because he caught it and it kind of snapped him around and kind of killed his momentum right as Kirk got there, and that's what allowed Kirk to kind of finish him off right there. That actually does make a lot of sense. Oh no, someone hit the earth mover tire right in front of Mahemius, and oh, Seth Owens getting turned around. Oh, Jack Diddick actually.
Somebody ran over it.
Oh boy. Yeah, one of the
ripping the wall.
Yeah, and one of the WTF trucks was the one that hit the earth mover tire right there in front of Mahemius.
Is that the Tonka truck that ramped the tire? There's one of our yellow trucks there.
Oh, yeah, you see. Couldn't quite tell which one it was, and then Tanner Simonis, he's the one that monster trucked over the monster truck tire. Meanwhile, where in the world did Sean Winkler come from? Sorry to cut you off there, Zach, but he's P2.
Well, I mean, we've seen how much action there was in this one corner. There's still more action. It doesn't take much. As long as you survive, you got a chance in this one.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Joey Kirk has found himself in the middle of a storm, losing spots, almost losing body panels.
Oh, it's so frustrating. Jake Wilshire battling with Ray Baudouin, and then bam, Ant Everson's right there. You just can't catch a break out here.
No, he can't. Oh, as you see.
Joey Kirk caught the tire, I think.
He sure did.
He didn't have any damage there.
He's got his team boss knocking on his back door. Ray Baudouin trying to get the spot as Owens and Stool. Yeah, fantastic run for Stool. One of our biggest movers up from P8. Meanwhile, the biggest mover looks to be Joel Ulrich up from P20 all the way up to the top 10.
That's good for him.
And Stool, Stool's not done. Knocking on the back door of Seth Owens, trying to get to the podium here.
We've seen Sebring still be fast. I believe last season on the dirt ovals, he was, I think he was our pole sitter, and then he finished P2 or P3. He did a really nice job out there last season on dirt oval.
You are correct about that. While Winkler starting to reel in our race leader. Couple tenths that last time. It's now down to 3 seconds. Still with more than half of this race left to go. See,
Lap traffic's gonna start to be a factor a little bit too.
Yep, it sure will. Stool trying to get the spot on Seth Owens.
He's got it.
Seth, yep. Seth gave all he had, but Sebring Stool up to third. But here comes Owens with the slide job. Can't get it done. Just barely able to keep off a Stool, but had to force the 68 to chase it up. Oh, Matt last. That is not the racing line, my friend.
I think he's making his own track down there. He's a little frustrated with his lap times on the big track, so he's making his own.
Oh, and Seth Owens is not giving up. More contact into the 68. Driving Stool up the track, but Sebring holds strong now. Well, big sideways.
That's so close to the tire there. Great shot. Great cam angle from Joey Kirk's. Looks like his visor cam here, so really close to the tires there. That's where he's making his speed right now.
Whoa, and you see Sean Winkler, I think, giving a little bit of a hip check to Matt Lass right there. No, that's the 333 of Mike Pohl. My apologies.
Looks like Matt Schlosser is doing a really good job so far getting through lap traffic, and Sean Winkler's still got a couple trucks. They got a couple lap cars in between them right now. You got to think, if you're a Matt Schlosser fan tonight, he's looking good right now, but boy, I'd be worried. Sean Winkler, we know he's one of the best guys to drive one of these trucks.
Absolutely. Oh, we got 3 wide. Stool, Owens in the lap car of Mike Paul, and Mike Paul ends up getting stuffed into the wall as these two continue. Oh, big sideways for Bedouin. Oh, and another hip. Oh, poor Mike Paul's just getting used up.
Yeah, I hate to admit it, James, but if I'm... Oh, Jake Wilshire gets spun out from Joey Kirk.
And Emerson T-bones. Oh, and they're going.
Oh, no. That sucks for both those guys there. And Emerson got the worst of that, really. He wasn't even up there involved in the incident originally.
Yeah, you see that all the time. Here's the replay. See Wilshire. Oh, gets the earth mover tire, and around he goes, and poor Ant Meepers. Oh, man.
That could have been a lot worse.
Oh, is that how cross cars are made?
I think so. We'll find out in a little bit.
Whoa, here comes Stool. Man, these two have been throwing haymaker after haymaker at each other this entire race.
Man, they're gonna
and another one.
This one. And Rainbow wins right there. About to be 3 wide.
I don't think they're going to exchange phone numbers. I think they're going to exchange fisticuffs and insurance information. Great save from Owens, but that's finally going to allow Sebring Stool some breathing room. But now here's Ray Boudouin.
Yeah, I was going to say Ray Boudouin's right there, so Sebring's probably happy to see Seth Owens get a little distance there, but Ray Boudouin's got something figured out here pace-wise. He's actually, you can tell how tight the track is right now. It looks like Ray's actually whipping the truck when he's going to the corners here trying to get it to rotate. Didn't do it that time around, but I've seen him a couple times almost kind of threw the backhand out on purpose to get that rotation started.
Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do, especially when you're on a track this absolutely kills. Oh no, Corey Kroll. Oh no, Mark Brister. Oh dear.
Awesome job from our leader, Matt Schlosser, to get through that clean.
Oh, poor Mark Brister. And Mark will tow.
You have to appreciate that for Brister there. He, most guys would have been ambitious trying to whip that thing on 180 and get her back rolling, but he probably did the best thing by just sitting still and towing that truck out of the way.
Yep.
Great job from Matt Schlosser, though. Now, the gap's gotten a lot smaller, James. We're down to about 2 seconds between Sean Winkler and Matt Schlosser, so even though he made it through, Sean Winkler must be gaining time and must have made it through cleaner.
Yeah, I think lap traffic has not been working out for Schlosser these past few laps. I think he's been caught up in a lot right now.
Man, some of these guys are running really high on the racetrack.
Yeah, they are running the Larson line.
You love to see that multi-grid race. It looks like it's actually working out for him up there, too. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at all that pace off of the high side. Meanwhile, Schlosser starting to eke out the gap a little more. Back up to 2 seconds now. Sean is really in a hornet's nest.
Yeah, if you're a Matt Schlosser fan, 2 laps in a row now, he's been almost 3/10 faster than Sean Winkler. So you have to hope he's going to keep that pace up and keep that drive forward.
Yeah, it looks like Sean just isn't quite able to make the truck rotate right now.
Lap traffic certainly doesn't help that. I know if I was out there, I'd be a little greedy. I'd probably lean on those lap trucks a little bit. If they're going to be on my outside, I'd like to go ahead and use 8 tires to make the corner. How about it, James?
No comment.
Yep, it's all right.
Oh, yeah, look at that. It just did not turn whatsoever. Having to put...
get around Corey Corral.
He's kind of struggling to get around the track to begin with. Like, oh, that's not going to help. Alex Leginese making a little bit of contact with P2 right there.
I'm sure Sean's frustrated there.
Yeah. Tough times for the 720 as we have 2.5 minutes left in this race.
Got that VR on there. He can look left and right. Pretty good. He knows who's out there. He knows who's in his way.
He knows what number to write down for next time.
Oh, absolutely. These drivers, they have some pretty good memories.
We can't remember what task we were asked to do earlier in the day, but we can remember when someone got into us for 6th place in a race 6 years ago.
Okay.
Priorities.
That's right. Never forget. Matt Schlosser still pulling ahead, though.
Yeah, almost to 3 seconds. Sitting at 2.6 right now.
James, has Matt Schlosser won a truck race before?
I'm not sure. I want to say I don't think so.
I don't want to say too much because we'll get that the commentator's curse going, but I've never been on track when he's won. We've been in the booth for that, so this will be a big win here if he can hang on to it. Only got a minute left.
And he hopes that that minute 20 can tick down really quickly because he's getting closer to an absolute problem. Look at all this. There is just nowhere to go.
You don't even know where to look anymore. It's just action everywhere.
1 minute left at Lucas Oil Speedway.
The one big difference here, you see Matt Schlosser run the top, and we saw Sean Winkler still down there in the bottom, struggling to clear these lap trucks. You have to think that outside might be a little bit better for Matt Schlosser to deal with lap traffic. He's going to get that drive on the exit.
Yeah, but now Sean has clean track for the first time in God knows how long. You see Wilshire battling with Seth Owens.
Yeah, sorry to the Matt Schlosser fans, but Sean Winkler, he's got clean air, and he was a half second faster at last lap, so doing some math there, he might get there if he can continue that, but we'll have to see how it shakes out.
Yeah, I think we're going to have about maybe 2 laps to go. Ray Boudouin has got by Stool up into the last spot of the podium. Oh, a big hip check from Stool into Boudouin.
Like 3 wide for position back there for a second. Matt Schlosser did match Sean Winkler's lap time that last lap, so he looks like he's, as long as he can keep his truck clean, he's going to bring it home.
Yeah, white flag, 1 lap to go from Wheatland.
Sebring still got a mirror full of Ascension Racing trucks.
Stool trying to hold on, but meanwhile, here it is. The special stage leader, Matt Schlosser, will win the Castrol 900 at Lucas Oil.
That's a popular win right there. Good job, Matt.
Incredible work. Winkler in second. Stool's going to hold on for third.
That time on heat is back in the top 5. I'm telling you, that guy's doing something else tonight. That's impressive.
Absolutely.
Oh, 666 truck's going to go ahead and loop it out there and park.
Oh my God.
That's not how you do it. It's not how you exit the track safely. It's supposed to be
My
a cool
call,
lap.
you
These
can't
guys
park
are
there.
fired up right now.
Meanwhile, Matt Schlosser doing donuts in the infield.
There he is. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, all right. Yeah, again, you have to make note that, Matt Schlosser had one of the cleanest trucks out there. Don't know how this guy does it, but it paid off for him tonight. Kept the nose of that truck clean and went out there and got the victory. Awesome job for Matt Schlosser.
You said that wind sticker is not going to have to go far.
No, yeah, he's not going to ship this one. That's awesome.
The final results from tonight's second race at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland. Your race winner, Matt Schlosser from the 720 of Sean Winkler and Sebring Stool. Ray Boudwin and Tom Hemius round out the top 5. Joey Kirk, Jake Wilshire, Seth Owens, Anthony Person, and Justin Cunningham rounding out the top 10. Joel Ulrich, Milan Lakovic, Joey Herbie, Richard Watkins, Alex Good, the top 15. Patrick Wilson, Stephen Barnett, Corey Kroll, Andrew Watkins, and Jack Diddick, the top 20. Alex Legendessing, Tanner Simonis, Chase Spalding, Matt Lass, Mike Paul, Martin Brister, James Vinning, and Joseph Piscucci rounding out the field.
The Tonka truck got last. That's not good.
Unfortunately. Oh boy. But with that, it's time for us to get to our top 3 finishers from the first races. And I think we're going to go ahead and get started with, let's see, looking at who we have in the booth. Let's go ahead and get started with our second place finisher of race 1, Ant Me Person. Ant, James in the booth, you got a copy.
Yeah, got you loud and clear.
Well, that was a heck of a run there in race 1. You almost held Tom off, but that was a heck of a run and a bit of a redemption there for you after last season's race at Wheatland.
That was exactly the word I was using, redemption. Yeah, I'm quick there, but the whoops are just so tricky to get right, and well, I got them all right this time, so yay! And
yeah,
Sean messed up. Tom had a couple moments as well, so I was able to take advantage of those and nearly held on, but Tom was just that little bit too quick and got too consistent at the end.
Yeah, and consistency, that's the name of the game, and it's so hard to be consistent at a track like Wheatland, huh?
Just the whoops, I find, like, they're a bit random, but the rest of the track feels pretty consistent enough to nail.
And take us through your night there in race 2. You definitely in the middle of a lot of moments, not quite your doing, like having I forget I think it was Jake Wilshire kind of land right in your lap after clipping the big earth mover tire. Yeah.
We got into each other a couple times that race. I was running with a lot of steering damage, like had a proper oval setup on without the steering was angled because Jake just pushed me right on top of a tire one lap, unintentionally, but it's just the nature of how tight it is here. And we're all going for the same little bit of road and just bad timing, so yeah, both of those were tough, but kept it going. I think I would have liked to have done better here as well, but I'm still rolling off the result of the first race, so I don't feel all that down about it.
Absolutely. It was a phenomenal night for you tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Tom for the first race for keeping me honest and nearly had him, but yeah, not quite. Raced me hard and clean. Everyone else on track as well. Had a fun time both those races. You guys for the broadcast, and it's also Anzac Day over here, so that's the Australian version of Memorial Day, so I just wanted to make a note of that as well, commemorate all that have served and those that didn't make it back home.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate that, and we appreciate you, Ant, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Yeah, I can so as well. Have a good night.
All right, there's your runner-up from race 1, Ant Me Person, and now we'll kick it to Zach to talk to our race 1 winner, Tom Hemius.
Bob Monhemius, no surprise to have you back in the booth here again. A little surprised though, after we highlighted it at the beginning of race 1 there, you're not on your home rig there. Why don't you tell us about that setup you got rocking over there?
Yes, so, like I'm at a friend's house right now, and I was not going to race originally, and he knew that I was doing this race. He just said, "Oh, why don't you bring your old dead Logitech and just set it up at my house?" So, that's what I went up and did, and only managed to get a few laps of practice in on this rig, and it seemed to work out all right.
It seems like it. We put in a great. We actually have a picture of your setup on the screen right now. We hope you're right with that, so the listeners at home have an idea what you're working with there. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, you went out there and put it on the pole there, the 115.1. That was a great lap. So I mean, that's even on your home setup, something you're comfortable with. That was a great lap. But yeah, excellent job out there. Why don't you tell us about race 2, because that's where we had a lot more action. Didn't quite go as smooth for you out there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had maybe done 5 laps of practice before I helped in this session. So really, I said to my mate, if I finish, top 10 here, I'll be happy. And then slapped it on P5 in quali. Thought, oh, where can this go? And managed to get up to P2, and then it did a massive sell and hit the tires into turn 2. So it dropped back to I don't know, P17, we're 11 seconds back, but yeah, managed to work back to a nice P5 in the end, over 6 seconds back. So great recovery on that one.
Yeah, no kidding. We saw you start P5, and then out of nowhere, boom, you were right there battling for P2 just behind the leader. And then, like you said, you dropped all the way back. We kind of forgot about you. And then right at the finish of the race, you were up there to P5. I mean, just what did you have to do to manage the traffic to make that happen, to claw your way the whole way back up to a top 5 finish?
It was just really about keeping the right lines. Most people who I saw, who I was fighting against, they were kind of running in the groove on all the worn stuff. I was trying to keep really down low, and down low there was a lot more grip. I think I was catching up quite a bit. Looking at it from a lap whenever I was down in P17, I thought it was quite bleak. I thought maybe we're not getting much higher, but no, I was just able to find some really great pace on the bottom and just make my way up really nicely.
Well said, and excellent job there in both races, especially race 1, going out there and getting another win there. So why don't you go ahead and give us some quick shout-outs, and anybody you want to thank for your performance tonight before we let you get out of here?
Yeah, shout out Matt for popping this up. Shout out everyone for showing up again. Good win format in race 2 as well. That was quite nice to see him winning in the trucks. And yeah, shout out to you guys in the booth. Shout out to Power Sports. Shout out Bennett Racing, and shout out all the Bennett Racing guys who ran tonight.
Awesome. Well said there, Tom. That's our race 1 winner and P5 finisher in race 2. We'll take it back to James for our next interview.
Yes, sir. And now time to talk to our 3rd place finisher in race 2, Sebron Stuhl. Sebron, James in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, copy.
Well, you found yourself in some mega battles all night long in both races. First of all, just take us through the slugfest that you had in race 1 with Justin Cunningham and Chase Spalding.
Oh, I'd rather not, because that was not one of my best races. Yeah, I mean, it's a really difficult track.
I mean, you say that, but we had an absolute blast watching the 3 of you go at it for that spot. It was incredible to watch.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened at the start of the race, but at some point, I think with the whoops first time, I got hit. And from there on, I was crabbing. I've been crabbing the whole 15 minutes. So I did not really have much of a chance.
Yeah, that's impressive pace though with a truck that was that kind of messed up to still at least get a top 10 out of it.
It was 12th, not a top 10, I think. But it was close.
Huh, thought you my bad on that, but
Don't worry.
and race 2, you also had a heck of a battle there with Seth Owens. That was another one where you two were just throwing haymakers at each other.
Yeah, sad. And in the end, and Ray as well, where it got a bit hairy in the end, but I was just desperate to keep that third position.
Yeah, and you did an incredible job of it, and all things considered, a great night of racing from you tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you like to give before we let you go?
Yeah, as usual, I want to thank Dubby for supporting me in everything I do, especially the sim racing, and my own team at Chess Racing, of course.
Alrighty, we appreciate you, Sibrin, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Most likely, yeah. See you then.
All right, there's our third place finisher, Sibrin Stool, and now Zach to talk to our runner-up from race number 2.
Sean Winkler, welcome into the booth. Pleasure talking to you as
Hello.
always. We're going to need to have some explanations out there because we didn't quite get what happened in race 1, but I can tell you beforehand, if I was told that you were going to finish worse than P20 one race tonight and P2 another, I would have thought the tracks were reversed. But go ahead and tell us what happened in race 1.
You know, I finished awful in the race I thought I'd do good at, and I finished really good in the race I thought I was going to suck at. So that just goes to show you anything possible on a Friday night.
That's right. That's right. What happened to you there in race 1? We didn't quite catch it in the broadcast. I was looking for a better explanation on that.
So what had happened was I got side by side with Tom, and we were battling for the lead, and he kind of got out in front of me there going under the tunnel, and I was following his line to the inside, and he clipped it really tight, and I clipped it really tight, but I clipped it so tight, I guess the tire, my left front, got like a little too close to the tractor tire there, and it completely grenaded my left front suspension. So I went off the front straight jump, and I landed, and I went to turn left, and there was no turning left. So 10 minutes of repair, no quick fix, just got to sit in the pits and watch everybody race. So yeah, that was a fun one.
We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I've been told that those earth mover tires, they actually move, so it might not have been you. I don't know. We'll call it what it is. But let's go ahead and move on to something more positive. We'll talk about race number 2 there. Talk about how that track was, because we saw it was really wore out to start, and somehow you obviously found the pace to go up there and almost track down the leader.
Yeah, that track was beat to hell, but we just kind of got out there, qualified 7th, so that was all right. And then I think it was on lap 11. I was behind Tom and I think Joey or somebody, and then like Tom touched the tire. He did what I did, but on his left rear, and it spun him around, and then he got hit, and I was like pinned. I'm like, the way this night's going, who cares? So I just full throttled it, and the seas parted open, and I just split that gap down the middle, and we got up into, I think, 3rd, made a move into 2nd there, and then trying to chase down Matt, but he had great pace, so congrats to Matt on that win. He's a oval master, and I tried to reel him in, but happy with the 2nd. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, right, Zach?
That's absolutely right there, and no kidding there. It's race 2. You had that 720 hooked up, and it looked good out there. So great to see a rebound off a bad race. And like you said, Matt Schlosser getting the win there. That was pretty cool. We're looking to talk to him next. But before we let you go, we get on to Matt Schlosser. Let's get some shout outs. Anybody want to thank for your performance tonight?
Yeah, just want to thank Racecraft Academy, Real Broker, Next Level Racing, Pimax VR, obviously Matt for putting on this league. Congrats to him again for that win. Awesome league. Truck turnout was insane. There's like almost 30 trucks out here again, 28, something like that. It's an amazing turnout. So just goes to show the community and everybody that's out here. We love to race. Come on out here. Hopefully we put on a good show for everybody watching. And if you're watching these things and you got a sim or you want one, buy one. Get these trucks. Come on out. Race with us. It's super fun. It's the best competition on iRacing, hands down, is off-road short course. So come on out here and do it. So yeah, thanks Zach for broadcasting. Can't wait to watch this one. Well, at least the second one back. Not going to watch the first one. Not much to see there. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys, and hopefully we'll have a better turnout next week.
Yeah, appreciate the kind words there, Sean, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again next week as always. So yep, you have
we're gonna try.
We'll go back to James for we'll talk to our race 2 winner, Matt Schlosser.
Yes, sir. Matt, James in the booth. You got a copy.
Hey, I got you.
So Zach and I were talking, and we couldn't quite remember. Is this your first win in a pro truck here in Special Stage?
It is, yeah. First pro truck win in Special Stage.
Awesome, good job, Matt.
Thank you.
How about it? And it was pretty well as dominant of a performance as you could hope for out there.
Yeah, it went perfectly. I mean, I think I just had a little bit of a rhythm for this track that was working, and starting on the pole was huge, obviously, because you lose so much time battling back there, and Joey Kirk and Tom gave me a pretty good fight at the start, but then they got to battling and I was able to open up a gap. And from there, I just had to manage the lap traffic, and that was a little bit hairy at times. There were some wrecks in front of me and people throwing sliders on me a lap down, which was very interesting. And, but it was a lot of fun, and really thrilled to win one in the pro truck after over a year. So, I mean, that I think that's a testament to how good everyone is here, that, it's really tough to win one in this league, and feels really good to do it.
And just take us through what it was like dealing with the track evolving and trying to find as much grip as you could, trying to keep Sean Winkler of all people behind you.
Yeah, the track got beat up on the bottom pretty quickly. I was a big fan of the bottom. There was a little bit of a grip strip right around where the tires were, and if you could really place your left front there, I felt like you could kind of hook the corner a little bit better and drive off. But eventually it got pretty worn out down there, and I had to search around, and especially managing lap traffic, had to search around to make passes, and had to lean on a few guys, but I felt like I just needed to make sure I wasn't losing too much time, because Sean obviously was not going to be, if I let him get to me, it would have been tough to hold him off. So fortunately, I think he had to deal with some traffic as well, and I just was able to kind of search a little bit and manage the track and try not to lose too much time. And the top was decent. You could use it to make some passes. The bottom, I think, was best most of the time. But yeah, it was a worn out track, and had to really chuck it into the turn to get some rotation in it and keep the engine wound up on entry, and then kind of feather the throttle a little bit in the middle to make it stick. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was tough, but definitely had a blast.
Absolutely, and it was a blast watching you. And any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go off and celebrate and find a place to put that win sticker?
Yeah, that's right. I don't even have to mail it to anyone, or I could mail it to myself and then check the mail, and it would be fun too, right? But thank you to everyone who came out and raced tonight. Another really great turnout. This has been a heck of a season with the amount of participation. So thank you to everyone. Thank you to you guys in the booth for doing your thing and doing a great job as always. Congrats to Tom for his race in the first race, and congrats to everyone who was on the podium. And I think that's just about it.
Alrighty, we appreciate you, Matt, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
All right, see you guys.
Great job, Matt.
Alrighty, and I believe that just about does it for us here. Zach, what are your closing thoughts on a wild night here at the double at Wheatland?
Just, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I really love the schedule and how we're mixing things up here. We go, we did only go across the street tonight, but it was quite the different track. We go from one of the most intense short courses out there, if not the most in iRacing at least, and then we go to a dirt oval. And right here, we got the schedule up on the board. We got road courses, we got dirt ovals, we got all the rallycross tracks, short courses. It just creates so much fun, because we see a great race over at the short course, and then you come over here and you see some left turn in action and 3 wide battling, and it's just a really good league to be a part of here. So just really happy to be part of this, James.
Absolutely. But with that, I think it's time for us to get the heck on out of here. For my broadcast partners, Zach Amsbacher and Rob Campbell, I'm James Watson, bidding you adieu till next time. Good night, everyone.